How about them? How about them? All right, so them Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
That was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in real time. So why wouldn't he understand that Luca was trying to say, how about them Cowboys? It's fine. It's okay. It was overwhelming, I'm sure.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and this is Digital Sports Center presented by the all-new Ford F-150. We're joining you from the beautiful Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. And can you believe it? We're only 2 days away from Super Bowl Sunday. This week has been flying by. We've been doing so much. I hope you've been enjoying the content that we've been putting out on TSN socials. We've been hustling for you, I promise. When it comes to the game, there are so many fun matchups, but perhaps none more intriguing than the battle at tight end, because these are two of the league's best, hands down. Earlier, I had a chance to catch up with TSN's own resident tight end about the matchup. Now joined by Luke Wilson to talk some Super Bowl. Great to see you in person, Luke.
Great to see you too, and we're in Vegas.
That's right, Vegas, baby. Let's go. We're talking Super Bowl, of course, and two of the best tight ends in the NFL are facing off. You being a former tight end, what's one thing you take from each of their games?
I think if I start with Kelce, it's got to be his route running. I mean, he is an electric route runner. It's very unique to him. You see kind of the wiggle he has. He has a lot of patience, and he really sets his routes up well. Sometimes is he making it up on the fly? Maybe, but I think a lot of it is just him and his experience, and that's how he's able to get open so consistently.
Okay, love that. And?
Kittle, I've got to go with his blocking ability, but first and foremost, it's not a shot at him catching the football. He led the tight ends in the NFL this year in receiving yards, so it's not a shot at how he runs routes, but I just think it's so special for a guy to be able to catch the football like Kittle does and also match up one-on-one against D-ends in the run game and drive him down the field.
Luke Wilson, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
It's kind of cool that we've got our own tight end, eh? You can watch Super Bowl Sunday on TSN and CTV at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, with coverage starting nice and early on CTV at noon Eastern. Time now for Tailgate Traditions, brought to you by the all-new Ford F-150. One of the best things about this week is access to all these great players, specifically on the red carpet at NFL Honors where we were last night. And that was such an overwhelmingly fun experience because we weren't really sure what we were going to get and who we were going to see when we got there, even what position we got on the red carpet. All of it was magical, and I'm glad we get to share it with you. The goal of the evening was to find out which fan base had the best tailgate, and what are some essentials needed to make a tailgate great.
What goes into being the ultimate tailgate? Like, what are the must-haves there?
You know where I'm from?
Yes.
Louisiana.
Okay, do you feel like your kingdom, your fans, have the best tailgate?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what makes it good?
What other tailgate are you going to go to where you might get boiled crawfish, you might get crawfish etouffee, you might get like catfish atchafalaya, you might, just get some kind of crazy gumbo, jambalaya. Like, where else are you going to go and get that in a tailgate?
I mean, he's not wrong.
Louisiana. Who dat?
What is the best thing about your fan base with tailgates?
They break tables and we throw ketchup and mustard on people.
As far as tailgating goes, I know Baltimore, big tailgate town, big football town.
Crazy.
What are the key items you have to have at a tailgate in Baltimore?
The right friends, the perfect environment, and you can't forget the right music. And we drink a lot of beer. You're going to be out there all day, so you got to have vibes. And they're drunk before the game starts. And they are good people. They have good hearts.
I wanted to know genuinely
mine
that,
old
but
school,
what is yours?
I'm old school. I'm Bobby Womack, Isley Brothers, I'm slowing it down, though, because I'm trying to calm down before the war. When I used to play crazy music, you get your head like this, and then I was like, man, I gotta calm down. I'm gonna pass out before the game starts.
Fried fish, jambalaya, some sort of gumbo, if it's like late season winter.
At my tailgates, you wouldn't want my tailgates.
No?
No, mine is part vegan, don't eat meat. It's all fruits and vegetables, a bunch of waters.
All in punch. Now, y'all might not know what that is, but just take all the liquor you got and pour it in one bucket and put something sweet in there. And that's pretty much it for me, man. Like, that's the roundhouse.
So my homeboys wouldn't like that with the hot dogs, with the hamburgers. We can go get some wings. Blue cheese, no ranch, waffle fries and flats. Have a meal with me.
All right, as if you already didn't know that Bills Mafia has an unreal tailgate, but Dawkins is one of the best personalities in the NFL. But I did not realize Buffalo people were so serious about blue cheese over ranch, like tranquilo, relax. Over to the NHL where there were 14 teams in action Thursday night. And within those 7 games, there were 2 different kinds of hat tricks. Canes forward Martin Necas scored a natural hattie against Colorado, with all 3 goals coming in the first period. The 16:51 that it took for the Hats to fly marked the second fastest hat trick to start a game in Canes history, trailing only Corey Stillman, who accomplished the feat in 12 minutes back in 2007. That wasn't the only, quote, hat trick recorded in an NHL game last night, and also in the first period, as Travis Konechny recorded a very unlikely first period Gordie Howe hattie against the Jets in just 4 minutes and 8 seconds of ice time. He fought Neil Pionk, scored a goal, and had an assist. That fight was just his 8th career scrap, but it's the first time he's gotten the coveted Gordie Howe hattie. That means he now has half as many as Gordie Howe himself. Well, the feat is named after Howe, as a nod to his versatile style of play. He only actually had 2 in his career. The leader is actually Canucks bench boss Rick Tocchet, who had an incredible 18 Gordie Howe hatties in his career. Yeah, 18. That's wild. It should just be named after him then, no? The Gordie Howe hat trick has become one of those niche stats people love to track, and it's led to some pretty entertaining moments. For example, there have been 3 instances in which 2 opponents have completed the Gordie Howe hat trick by fighting each other. Well, in 2023, Liam O'Brien and Jack McBain each recorded Gordies in the same game as teammates, and Doug Riseborough and Jacob Trouba remain the only players to record Gordies in back-to-back games. Mr. Hockey and, Saskatchewan's own would be proud. Also, props to Jeff Hall for this deep dive. What a story. What a deep dive. Amazing. We've been going strong in digital sports center now for over 5 years. And when you're a show that constantly features guests, you have a list of people that you really want on. And that's how this show feels about Mina Kimes of ESPN. We finally had a chance to catch up with her on Radio Road to talk all things Super Bowl. Okay, Mina, you gotta give me the most important matchup in your mind that will determine the outcome for Sunday.
That's a good one. The most important matchup. I will go with Chris Jones versus Colton McKivitz. The Chiefs pass rush. Jones mostly rushes from the inside, but some put him on the outside. We have seen him close games many times in the postseason. That's a mismatch, frankly. So I think if they're able to do that and he's able to get to Brock Purdy, you could end some drives, and ultimately that could be the difference in the game.
I'll make this one a little more fun for you because I want to know a little more about Mina. Your dream Super Bowl halftime lineup, what does that look like for you?
Oh my gosh. My dream Super Bowl halftime lineup. I mean, I like Usher. That's pretty good. Maybe Beyonce again would probably be my choice. So yeah, I'll go with Beyonce.
Okay, I love Beyonce. We're bringing it back. Love it. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Another thank you to Mina for giving us her time. There were so many people after her for interviews, and I'm just grateful that she gave some to us. And you can watch Super Bowl Sunday on TSN and CTV at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. With coverage starting nice and early on CTV at noon Eastern. All right, the interviews are not done there. But I promise you this next one is unlike any that we've done in this show's history. You may remember just over a month ago, Tommy DeVito's agent, Sean Stellato, going viral. Yeah, that's the pick. And that's pretty much the most Jersey Italian man we've ever seen, outside of Satriel's pork store. Well, we caught up with him at Radio Road to talk all things what else but Italian. I had to track down another paisan, okay? Because we need to talk about some Italian things. Are you ready?
I'm going to try to be ready. They got me on restaurants, but we'll see. Cognitive function is a little off, but I'm always up for a challenge.
Okay, so top 5 Italian meals.
I would say first, my wife's chicken cutlets. Second, my mom's meatballs. Third, my grandmother's homemade linguine. Fourth, she made homemade raviolis. 5, I like a soup. Italian wedding soup is always something that warms me up during the holidays.
Okay, I have to ask, are you a cannoli guy or tiramisu?
I love my cannolis. Okay. Yeah, I like a Florentine cannoli when the cannoli is actually wrapped in like caramel.
All right, top 5 Italian gangsta movies.
Oh, that's good. I grew up, honestly, loved Italian gangsta movies. Bronx Tale, number 1. Goodfellas, number 2. Number 3, I would say Casino. Number 4, Godfather. And number 5, I know Sopranos isn't a movie, but I'm saying Sopranos I'm throwing in. I just loved James Gandolfini and Chrissy. It was just that, and plus I watched that with my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, so it brings a little nostalgia for me.
The way these Jersey Italians go cannoli over tiramisu, I don't vibe with that. I don't like it, I don't vibe with it, but I appreciate their time. That's it for me today. Just a reminder, it may be the weekend starting tomorrow, but we're not going anywhere, baby. As we've got shows Saturday and Sunday, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. We'll see you then.